Hi everyone. In today's class, we are going to learn about how to become a real estate agent in USA. Okay, so many of you have requested me to create a course on like this for passive income or alternate career or something like parallel career, right? So for example, you are in IT, but you want to do something extra, or you want to create a second career for yourself so that something happens in IT, you can have like a um, passive income and also go to second career. So for those who wants to do such kind of things, for example, they want to be in IT, but they also want to do something extra. So this is the course for them. Okay, how to become a real estate agent in USA. So first of all, before we go to the course, you need to understand some of the terminologies here. What is a real estate agent and broker? So there are like in US, these terminologies are very crucial. So both are not same; they are different. Okay. So when I say real estate agent, means in order to become a broker, first you have to become an agent. Okay. And agent means you have to get a license, and you have to maintain a certification, and you have to renew it, and you have to like have some kind of like professional license. Okay, to become a real estate agent. So after you become agent, then you need additional training and also additional license to become a broker. Broker, you can work independently, or you can hire a like a team of real estate agents under you, and they'll be able to, like for example, you want to like start a estate agent company, then you need to become a broker for that. Okay, this is real estate agent means like it is like independently you can do it. So that is the difference between real estate agent and broker. So in order to become a real estate agent, so these are some of the basic eligibility. First, you need to be at least 18. In some states, it's 19, but you need to be at least 18, that's for sure. Then you need to have legal US residency. Okay, so legal US residency in the sense, what they are telling is like you need to be in the US, and also you need to have certain um, work permit conditions. For example, you can be in EAD, and you can yeah you can be in you can be having a green card or US citizenship. All that will be coming under US residency. Even EAD, right? EAD will be considered as US residents, and people who have EAD will be able to take this exam and become an agent. So people, if you have questions regarding, like for example, you don't have your green card yet, can I become an agent? Yes, you can become if you have your EAD. H1B people cannot become, but EAD definitely they can become a real estate agent. Then you need to like take pre-license exam. So every state they have like certain exam, so you need to take that exam and pass the exam. So these are the four criteria. You need to be at least 18 years, you must be in the US and have some like certain permit conditions, and then you need to take your like that pre-license education, then you need to pass the exam. Okay, now it comes to state requirements. And there are about like 50 states, if you see, right from Alabama to Wyoming, we have about like 50 different states, depending upon which state you are. For example, I'm in Georgia. So if I want to become a real estate agent in Georgia, I have to take the state exam for Georgia and have to pass the exam. So, and for some of the states, for example, Colorado and all, it is like multi-state license. So if you take one in Colorado, you'll be able to do in other states too. So what my recommendation is, wherever you are located, please go to their state requirements and then review the state requirements and take the exam accordingly. So when it comes to salary is about average of like $65,000. This is like when you are working under a different agency. Okay, if you're a contractor, then the salary can be less, or it depends upon like what type of sales you are doing, right? Depends upon the house value too, your commission and all that will be changing. But on average, if you're working under an agency, related agency, then it is like $65,000. Okay, step two is like how to prepare for that exam. So there are like, for example, for me in Georgia, if I want to take the exam, I want to know in Georgia who are the licensed like academies who can provide training for me. Okay, so if you go to Georgia website, they will be able to tell you like who will be, sometimes state themselves they provide training, so you can take those kind of like online trainings, or you can do live classes, or you can, if you think like you don't have budget, you can also you do your own like material, they'll give you materials and you can study and you can take the exam. Okay, so just for the course and the exam, somewhere like if you want to take someone by like online coaching, then it will be around like $300 to $900. That depends upon the academy how much they charge. And but if you want to do it on your own, you think like you don't have budget, that is also possible. So you can download the materials from the state like website. They have their own materials, every state, right? They give you the materials, and then you have to like study by yourself and take the exam. So the exam is not at all hard. It is pretty much basic. It is not definitely not hard, but it will take at least like somewhere around like 3 months for you to like understand the real estate concepts and everything, right? So it will take at least 3 months. That's for sure. Don't take the exam immediately. Prepare at least for 3 months and then take the exam. Okay. Once you take the exam, or when in order for you to apply the exam, there will be a fee. It depends upon every state. And so, for example, for Georgia, I've taken the application form. So this is the application form. So you have to fill this application form. So they're going to ask your first name, last name, your SSN, email ID, the address, and they're also going to ask you whether you are going to become a salesperson or a broker, or like a manager, right? So for right now, you will become a salesperson. So for broker, I've told you, right, that is additional requirements. But for to get started, you'll become a salesperson, and you will click on this, and then you're going to then fill additional like requirements here, your signature and everything, and then you're going to submit this application. The exam fee, once you submit this application, you'll be able to take the exam online too. So for example, like if you see, the application fees is about $119. Okay, and once you finish that application, you can actually like you can go to their PSA website, and you will be able to take the exam. For example, this is the PSI like real estate. This is the PSI homepage. If you have known about PSI, you would have known. So this particular online like exams, right, can be taken through PSI. I think person view there are different vendors who by which you can take the exam. So but PSA is one of the vendors, so you go to their website, and then you have to like for example, here if you see, this is real estate exams offered for Georgia real estate examination program. So what are the dates available? So you can do it like on site, or you can do it online too, however you want. So let's say that I'm going to do it, and so the exam fees is $119. Okay. So you can actually like schedule your exam, and then you can take your exam. So that's how you're going to take your exam. And suppose in case if you don't clear the exam, in certain states, they will allow you to retake the exam. Okay. So also they will do background check. So this is something you have to understand. It's not that like you take the exam, you if you pay the fees, you'll be able to take the exam. They also do some background check too. So in order to make sure that you don't have any criminal record and everything. So so first you submit the application. Okay. So you submit this application, and then they will be doing a background check. So you have to clear the background. That's a basic like criminal background check based upon your SSN number. You have given your SSN number here, right? Based upon that, they will be doing a background check, and then you'll be able to take the exam. If you pass, right, you'll be able to take the exam. If you clear it, then that's not a problem. But if you don't clear it, then depending upon the state, you can actually retake the exam. So you need to know how many times can you retake, because that is always very state specific. For example, Georgia will have different criteria for retaking, and then how often in a year, like how many times you can take the exam. So that and all will be differing from each state. So, but I think you will be able to clear it. So don't worry on that. If you prepare for 3 months, you should be able to clear it. And once you complete and if you get your certificate, you have to say like how long it's being valid and how for how many years it's valid, and then again you have to renew it. Okay. Then once you pass the exam, now what you're going to do? Once you have your certification and you have your license, now you need to do some final paperwork. Now you have to like make sure that you get your license. So first you will be identifying a broker. Okay. And you will be like if you want to join a broker, like let's say that I'm taking an example of Toll Brothers. So Toll Brothers is one of the luxury home builder. People in US know that they are one of the leading luxury home builder in the US, right? Let's say that you want to join Toll Brothers and then you have to work for them. Okay, now what you do, like after you pass the exam, okay, so you have to like make sure you finish your final paperwork with the state. Okay, you have to submit the exam results to your state, and then you get your license. Once you get your license, now you go to Toll Brothers. I'm telling for an exam, I'm telling hypothetically, you go to Toll Brothers, and then you have to like make sure that and they are going to review your license and everything, and they will be able to like agree like, okay, you can work for us. Okay, that's how you join a real estate company and then you work for them. That is one way. Or you can also like join small agencies, because Toll Brothers is a very big real estate company, right? So they may not even take newcomers. That's also that they want people ex- who are experienced in this particular real estate um, area, right? So they may not even hire you. But if you want to start in the beginning, you can always go for some small brokers. You can work for under small brokers, and you can get that experience, like on-field experience on like how to sell a house, how to make sure that you impress the home buyer, and all that like little bit tactics and real estate. You should be able to learn all that real life experiences. So I would recommend people who are starting out to join in like small agencies, and then you have to ask them certain questions. For example, you can work for them like as a contractor, like you have your IT job, but still you can work for them as a contractor. And you're going to ask whether they will be giving any kind of training for their agents, because you don't know anything, you just passed the exam, so they have to give some training for you. And how is the commission? This is very crucial on the commission split and everything. So what kind of benefits do they give? How much commission split will happen? Commission in the sense, I'll give you an example. Let's take in California, you are selling a house for like this 3,420,000. Okay, for $3 million, let's say for an example, in California, you're selling a house and you are the agent. Like how much you will get from this? So there is a real estate commission calculator. So, for example, if the property price is like $3 million or 3 million, and then you have some 500K left, and you are the only person who sold that house. Okay. So, depending upon the commission percentage. Okay, so you can decide on the percentage. For example, I need 3%. Usually they will ask something to 3 to 5%. It depends upon the people. But let's say that you are asking for 3% commission. So the house property is about 3.5 million, and your percentages are like 3%, right? And you're the only person who was responsible for selling that house. So what you do is like you get 105K. That's a lot of money for one house. Because that is a luxury house, that's how you get it. Let's say that you're working for under a broker company and you have two agents who is working on this particular case. Then that is called a split commission. And if you have three people working on one particular case, then again it will be divided by three. So yours will be like $35,000. So very large properties like that. Anyway, $35,000 is also, it's just commission. That's not your salary. Your salary is different, and this will be your commission. So you need to understand there's a huge scope for real estate agents. And while starting, it will be very tough for you to understand the ground reality, how a home is being bought and sold, and how people are you'll have multiple competition in the industry, right? But if you learn tactics and you know how to sell, if you're a good seller, you're a good salesperson, then in that case this will be the right job for you to make additional income. So you need to ask them about what is the commission split, what is the percentage, and is there any technology support and marketing? So for example, like this, do you market your houses somewhere in the website, or there is website like called Zillow and all that? Do you market your houses in those particular websites? So you have to ask them all that. And then you're going to ask that what is the market share and all that. Okay. So when you're starting out as a real estate agent, I would say, once you pass the exam, join some agency as a contractor. Don't go as a full timer. Join as a contractor. If they have their training plan, please take their training plan, and then you understand how you have to observe with a senior real estate agent on how they are processing an application, how a house is being sold, what are the paperwork that is needed. That and all you need to understand. Then how they're coordinating with the mortgage company, how to find eligibility and all. There are so many things that you have to observe. For first 3 months, please observe. Then you understand. Then you have to slowly you have to grow your career. Okay. So it takes a while for you to understand the real estate concepts. Then for career growth, if you think yeah, apart from taking the exam, what else can you do? You can become a broker. Okay, so once you have enough experience, you can start your own company and you can hire a team of real estate agents and they'll be working for you. And you can also become a property manager. For example, you have an apartment. There are maybe 100 apartments and there's a community. You can become a property manager and you can maintain that real estate property. You can become a house inspector. So before you sell a house, here in the US, home inspectors needs to come and inspect the house, right? To understand if everything's working properly or not. So that you can become a house inspector or a home inspector. Then you can also become a mortgage loan officer. So someone who can find eligibility, whether you're eligible for that particular loan or not. So you can become a loan officer. Also, finally, very nowadays, this real estate photographers, that they are very, very, very important nowadays in order to take pictures. If you see, right, if I click on a house, this house has got multiple views, and then you're able to see everything in this website itself. So you can become this real estate photographer. That is also an option. So it depends upon what you want to become. There is definitely career growth, but whatever interests you, you can become that. So this is how you become a real estate agent, and then slowly become a real estate broker. And then you can have your own team and all, and then you need to grow your team, right? So I will tell you the pros and cons of becoming a real estate agent. Pros is, of course, is a lot of money, and anytime real estate is going to be a huge thing. People are going to buy houses. If not today, maybe a couple of years later, when the interest rate is down, they'll plan and they will definitely buy a house that's there. And this is a market where it will be constantly growing. And also there is constant competition. Okay, so you can pass the exam and you can become an agent. That's the easiest part, but the toughest part is creating contacts after that. Okay, and you need to have good contacts. You need to be in network with all your family or friends around in the US in order for if so that they can refer your name. Okay, if I get a house and you can be my broker, you can be my agent. If my friends another house, I can refer you, right? So you need to have that contacts, and you have to build that network. That is very crucial for real estate. And then especially when you go into this luxury homes. So these kind of luxury homes, right? When you are into that networking, then it becomes very difficult for you to get at least one house, two houses. If you see the prices in California, it is like $8 million, $5 million, $4 million. and then $19 million, $16 million. The house is like, this is 16 bedrooms, that is $19 million. 7 bedrooms and $16 million. You see the prices. So it depends upon, this is all is high end, and the basic rate can be something around 750 or 1 million, like that. Okay. Or around the US if you want to get into luxury homes. So there is definitely scope, and if you're interested, this is a good second career. If you're interested in real estate and you want to do something part-time and then learn over a course of like 1 or 2 years, if you want to learn something new and then you want to establish or take that as full-time, you can take a chance and see whether you're feeling lucky or not, because the investment is very less. Okay. So just you're going to pay some $1,000 or something, and then you're going to get your license, and then you can actually become a contractor with with an agency, and then try your luck and see. And suppose if you feel comfortable and you like it, then you can passively take that as a second career and simultaneously have two careers. And then if you feel that is very profitable, then you can take that as your main career. So that's how I recommend people to do it. I don't recommend people this as full time, for especially people working in IT, but it is always a good option to have this as your second career. I hope this course was helpful. Thank you for watching.